Hello, it's Concord Wind. Went to my parents' house yesterday and it was so cool because I got to bring some MREs over there to eat. So I wasn't like eating their food because they're actually they make less money than I do. Even though they've got a house and they've got like a grill and a fireplace and a walk-in ceiling shower and like two cats and they're obviously they're a couple, so they're two people. They actually have less of an income than I do, even though I can't afford all the stuff that they've got. Like it's weird, it's weird. But like they live off of loans, and then whenever they get work and they're able to get paid from the work they do, they basically just use the money to pay off the loans they've been living off of. So that's their lifestyle. Meanwhile, I get like two checks every month plus food stamps. Um, and I don't have to live off of loans. I All the money that I earn is 100% profit. So, I don't want to eat their food. So like I was able to bring the MREs, and that was really cool. It's really cool like how the MREs are so portable. Like it's not like other food that do like the beef I've got in my fridge. I can't bring that to my parents' house. Like I mean, I guess I technically I could, since it's cold outside. Like if because me and my sister go to the gym and we spend an hour at the gym before we go to my parents' house. So like, I don't know. I just like the MREs. I just like them. I think they're cool. And I get to have a variety in my diet because every MRE is different. If you get two boxes, menu A and menu B, um, no two MREs in those two boxes are the same. If you get four boxes, then 24 of them will be the same as the other 24. Um, one for one, that is. Like all the 24 of them will all be different from each other, but they'll be the same ones as the next 24. You get what I'm saying? So like 24 different meals. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. And I heated up some of the MREs in the microwave at my parents' house. Oh my goodness, they're so delicious. They're so good. Like they've actually got like a unique flavor. They're seasoned well. It doesn't taste it doesn't taste bad at all. Not at all. It's actually I like the chicken noodle that I had yesterday. I like better than canned chicken noodle. Like no joke. I mean, like condensed Campbell's chicken noodle soup is pretty good, but this chicken noodle and vegetables with sauce MRE was like probably even better, to be honest. Like it had a really good flavor. And so these MREs have surprised me. They've really surprised me. But anyways, we're here to read God's words. We're not here to talk about MREs. um, I'm just excited about the MREs. I really am. And I've been drinking the coffee that comes in the MREs, which is crazy because I said I would quit caffeine, but unfortunately, the caffeine helps me talk. And when you're making videos, you have to talk. So it's hard to avoid it when I know I make better videos on caffeine. But I don't want this video to be too long, so let's read. People who genuinely believe in God are those who are willing to put God's word into practice and are willing to practice the truth. People who are truly able to stand firm in their testimony to God are also those who are willing to put His word into practice and can genuinely stand on the side of the truth. People who resort to trickery and injustice all lack the truth, and they all bring shame to God. Those who cause disputes in the church are Satan's lackeys. They are the embodiment of Satan. Such people are so malicious. Those who have no discernment and are incapable of standing on the side of the truth all harbor evil intentions and tarnish the truth. More than that, they are the archetypal representatives of Satan. They are beyond redemption and shall naturally be cast out. God's family does not allow those who do not practice the truth to remain, nor does it allow to remain those who deliberately dismantle the church. However, now is not the time to do the work of expulsion. Such people will simply be exposed and cast out in the end. No more useless work is to be expended on these people. Those who belong to Satan cannot stand on the side of the truth, whereas those who seek the truth can. People who do not practice the truth are unworthy of hearing the way of the truth and unworthy of bearing witness to the truth. The truth is simply not for their ears, rather it is directed at those who practice it. Before every person's end is revealed, those who disturb the church and interrupt God's work will first be left aside for now, to be dealt with later. Once the work is complete, these people will each be exposed, and then they will be cast out. For the time being, while the truth is being provided, they will be ignored. While the whole truth is revealed to humanity, those people should be cast out. That will be the time when all people will be classed according to their kind. The petty tricks of those without discernment will lead to their destruction at the hands of the wicked. They will be lured away by them, never to return. And such treatment is what they deserve, because they do not love the truth, because they are incapable of standing on the side of the truth, because they follow evil people and stand on the side of evil people, and because they collude with evil people and defy God. They know perfectly well that what those evil people radiate is evil, yet they harden their hearts and turn their backs on the truth to follow them. Are these people who do not practice the truth but who do destructive and abominable things not all committing evil? Although there are those among them who style themselves as kings and others who follow them, are their God-defying natures not all the same? What excuse can they have to claim that God does not save them? What excuse can they have to claim that God is not righteous? Is it not their own evil that is destroying them? Is it not their own rebelliousness that is dragging them down into hell? People who practice the truth will, in the end, be saved and made perfect because of the truth. Those who do not practice the truth will, in the end, bring destruction upon themselves because of the truth. These are the ends that await those who practice the truth and those who do not. I advise those who are not planning on practicing the truth to leave the church as soon as possible to avoid committing even more sins. When the time comes, it will be too late for regret. In particular, those who form cliques and create schisms, and those local bullies within the church must leave even sooner. Such people who have the nature of evil wolves are incapable of change. It would be better if they left the church at the earliest opportunity, never again to disturb the normal life of the brothers and sisters, and thereby avoid God's punishment. Those of you who have gone along with them would do well to make use of this opportunity to reflect upon yourselves. Will you leave the church along with the evil ones or remain and follow obediently? You must consider this matter carefully. I give you this one more opportunity to choose, and I await your answer. While I was reading that, I was just thinking of when I was in elementary school. I was waiting outside with the other kids for my mom to pick me up. And there were some ants, and I was looking at the ants. I loved ants when I was a kid. And these other kids came by and started stomping them. And I started crying. And the teacher, I don't know if she was a teacher, but I think she was a teacher. She came up and I told her the kids were stomping the ants. And so she took me inside the building, like inside the school. And there was a window. And I was sitting there and I had to and the kids could see me, so they would stomp at the ants through the window to make me cry again inside the building. And And instead of that teacher moving those kids inside, she moved me inside. She's like, you know, she didn't protect the ants at all. She didn't protect my feelings. Um, she thought I was the problem because I was crying. She was not considerate of my feelings at all, and those kids were not considerate of my feelings at all. And they weren't considerate of the ants as well. Which I know ants aren't like as important as a person. Like my feelings were more important than the ants' lives, I think. Um, but ants' lives are still important. God created them, and I just saw how vicious people can be. Like they think it's entertaining to make me cry. That they find that as entertainment, like me crying and me genuinely distressed and upset. Like they don't feel any remorse. They don't feel, and they're just kids and they're that cruel at such a young age. Like, I wonder what kind of monsters they'll grow up to be. Like, I mean, it's just horrible. And, people like that, according to God's words, people who are malicious and people who stand on the side of evil, people who hurt others and cause disruptions in the church and try to build their own, groups and have their own followers and set themselves up as kings, as well as the people who follow them. They all know right from wrong. They all know that what they're doing is wrong. They know that they stand in defiance to God, but they harden their hearts and continue to do evil. So do they not deserve to be punished? Of course they do. I mean, it's one thing if you love God and you're doing your best to practice the truth and you unintentionally do some evil. That's one thing. But if you're deliberately doing evil, what hope is there for you? I mean, what kind of person deliberately does evil? I mean, that reminds me of like gangsters and stuff. They know they're evil and they're proud of being evil. And they're proud that they're going to hell. Like Biggie Smalls has talked about how he's going to hell. I mean, he's dead now, but when he was alive, he talked about how he was going to hell and he was proud of it. I mean, it's like, why are you proud to go to hell and to be tortured? Like to suffer, like it's so evil and weird. It's like this demonic psychosis of just like deranged, backwards thinking. Like they think to stand on the side of Satan, to be unable to receive salvation, to oppose God and to be punished by God, and to suffer a horrible fate, they think that that's cool and something to be proud of. I can't fathom that mentality. I mean, that is so strange. It's very foreign to me. Like, it's very strange and unusual to me, that kind of mentality. Is it strange and unusual to you too, or do you understand it? Because if you understand it, then you shouldn't watch my channel, because you're not getting anything out of anything on my channel. You need to go live your life however you want, I guess. I mean, you're not going to get anything out of watching my videos because you don't want to stand on the side of the truth, But if you want to stand on the side of the truth and you want to obey God and you want to be possessed by God and an object of salvation, if you want to be cherished by God and you want to cherish God, you want to know Him, you want to serve Him, if those are your intentions, And, you know, even if your intention is a little bit more selfish, like if you just want to be saved, you know, your intentions don't have to be perfect, but, you know, um, or if you're just curious about the truth, you know, then my videos are good for people like you know. But this video's gone on for 15 minutes. It's going on too long, so I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna call my mom, talk to her for a bit, and that's it. So thank you so much for watching. God bless and goodbye.